Ladies and gentlemen, the situation in the country has left us with two opposing sides. Opposing in the fact that they differ on how to handle Ruto's presidency. There are men and women who did not vote for President Ruto, but who now feel that there is an opportunity to correct that mistake. And by mistake, I mean they feel now there is an opportunity to get rid of Ruto and bring in someone of their choosing. Kick out democracy, embrace anarchy, and get rid of Ruto no matter what. That is group one. They disagree with Ruto, and they have disagreed with him since even before he took over as president. And they are seeing an opportunity of getting rid of him through anarchy. Then there is another group. This is also a group of people who are opposed to William Ruto. They never voted for William Ruto, and they even tried last year through anarchy also to overthrow the president. But this group is looking at things differently now. They are saying anarchy is not the right way to do things. That the best way to approach our differences is to sit at the table and coin solutions. This group, ladies and gentlemen, is now led by one Raila Odinga. I repeat, we have two groups. There is a group that is persuaded Ruto must go through whatever means. They don't want the legal means, by the way. Because the legal means mean you either impeach the president or you wait and you vote him out come 2027. They are saying no, they can't wait. They are threatening to march to State House and remove him. They even tried to ban parliament. They went and vandalized judiciary. And so these people have shown that they don't want anything to do with the constitution. They are hiding behind the constitution, but they don't want anything to do with that constitution. It's a matter of pick and choose. So they are picking articles that are favoring whatever it is that they do. And then now there they are. They are attacking the rest of the constitution. But there's another group that is saying, let us give the constitution a chance. Let us sit down, eye on our differences like a mature democracy that we are hoping to be, and then come up with solutions that are going to help the generation to come. I find myself in a very interesting position because if you followed me or you followed my political posts, I'm one of those people who are yet to support Raila a single day. Of course, it's a very costly event. But I differ with Raila on how he handles the Luo politics. And I've made it very clear. My position has always been, I believe that Raila is so influential in Luo Nyanza that he can use his influence for good, not to turn people into bargaining tools. But today, Raila is doing something that I don't know how to oppose. He is saying, I'm not going to sit down and watch my country burn in the name of settling a political vendetta. So, technically, Raila is saying that even though I differ with Ruto, even though I'm the candidate who ran against him, even though I'm one guy who said Ruto stole my votes, and even though I protested against Ruto, I am now saying that moving forward, I am not going to participate in anarchy. If the president has agreed to talk, let us talk. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you oppose that? Even if I differ with Raila, because there are two types of opposition where you oppose somebody even when they're doing the right thing. It's just like, who is doing it? So the way some people opposed President Ruto, whatever he does is wrong, no matter how good that thing is for the general public. So I don't want to be, and I've never been part of that type of opposition, where you just oppose a candidate or you oppose a politician to the point where you hate them now, that anything they do is wrong as long as it is them doing it. And it is something you can celebrate and jubilate over if another person was doing it. No. I'm not at that level. So I find myself in the same school of thought with Raila, because I want a country where I can go and any other person out there can go and hustle and fend for their families. And that is impossible if you have anarchy. I remember the other day when there was just a mention that demonstrators will be on the street. Most of the shops in Nairobi were closed, and we are losing a lot of money. Current estimates are that we are losing upwards of 6 billion. For an economy that is struggling, our currency was just being very strong recently, but because of chaos, it will have an effect. And so anything that is going to take us back, I am opposed to it. Am I saying that President Ruto has led the country without problems? This is Kenya. There is always problem. Nobody is going to lead Kenya and become a perfect person. I always say, when Kenyatta was in power, they were like, we were very well under the colonial system. When Moi took over, Kenyans were like, we were doing better under Kenyatta. And I remember when Kibaki took over, because then now I was there, and I was also active politically, they were like, during Moi, we were doing really well. You can't compare with what we are going through now. And now that Uhuru took over, they were praising Kibaki and saying he's the best president that ever lived. And now, interestingly, and as expected, they are saying Uhuru was the best leader there could be. So it's not as if Kenyans are going to say this is the best leader when you are still there. But are there challenges? Are there things that we can fix? True. You've seen the president is a listening one. And like what I thought of the president is somebody who is willing to retreat, even if it means making very painful decisions. Most of the demands that were made were the demands that were attacking the president directly. Office of the First Lady, for instance, has been funded since the days of Kibaki. Now you are like, we don't want that office to exist. It's okay. The president say fine. We even had cars during Uhuru. Even though the court had said they were illegal, they were cars. People appointed. The same people who currently, some of them, I've even seen them saying we don't want cars. And they were cars during Uhuru, CISs, during Uhuru's time. And the president is saying, we are not going to do that. So we are going to live within our means. The president has cut a tremendous budget for the office of the president and the presidency in general and the executive as a whole. He has frozen buying new vehicle, hiring, and other things. Every measure that he has taken has a way of really interfering with his programs to deliver the plan. But he is willing to listen. He is willing to concede ground, to cede ground. He is willing. But the other guys are not. They are like, we don't care what you do. Even if you offer your land, that is none of our business. What we want is you out of office so illegally so that we can put our person illegally. And Raila is saying that is not the way we are going to do things. And I think in this case, I have to support him. And ladies and gentlemen, that is why I'm supporting the position of Raila now. Am I sure that he will sustain that? We will wait and see, because this is politics, and today it will be we are for dialogue. Another day somebody can say no. What I may not be very supportive of, and this is why I say President Ruto is the president. I'm not. I'm not for government where members of opposition are appointed into government, because then it goes back to what the president was saying, that you end up with a mongrel where there is no opposition and there is no government. And in a democracy like ours, we need to have opposition and we need to have clear, distinct government side. But then also, disparate times call for disparate measures. And if the people that you depended on, members of your caucus or members of your party, have decided for some very funny reason to go the other side, what do you do in that case? At times, you need to move the country on. And so difficult decisions might be made. And in that case, I would understand. I would disagree, but I would understand. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what I wanted to say, that I support Raila's move because it is for the benefit of the country. Let me know what your take is on this issue. And also let me know what you think of the quality of the video. I'm using Sony ZV-10 and Samsung Q2U microphone. I would also love to know what you think of the quality of the video and the quality of the sound. Otherwise, I thank you. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel so that you get to hear more, because I plan to be doing this daily, God willing.